Welcome to the HomeCare Hub, a podcast series for the HomeCare Advocacy Network. HCAN is a business format franchise for senior living providers who want to operate a successful home care line of business and a great opportunity for any entrepreneur who wants to own their own home care franchise. To connect with us, visit hcanthrive.com today.
Welcome. We're here with Sierra Goetz, Director of Operations for the HomeCare Advocacy Network. My name is Mark Goetz. I'm today's host, and I'm the President and CEO of the HomeCare Advocacy Network. Welcome, Sierra.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here.
So today we're going to talk through the Family and Friends Dementia Education class, which, as I understand it, is a high-touch approach to educating friends and family of those who have dementia. So tell us a little bit why HCAN has developed a high-touch approach to training the friends and family members of those who have dementia.
Yeah, so when your loved one gets diagnosed with dementia, it can be kind of scary and a lot of uncertainty. So Linda Lundeen and I created this education class. I came at it from my family experience. I had two family members. One had Alzheimer's and one had Parkinson's. And I took our family experience caring for them. And then Linda added to that her 40 years of experience caring for seniors. And we just wanted to help people when that time comes to be able to be a safe place that they can ask questions, learn more about this, and just process with us.
Mm-hmm. So for instance, so a family member, you see, you're the daughter, you're a 45 to 64-year-old female, and your mom is getting older. You see her failing a little bit. You see her getting a little bit more forgetful. And initially you're in denial. But as symptoms increase, it gets harder and harder. You think there might be a problem. And then you get a diagnosis as a family that mom probably has dementia or early onset Alzheimer's, whatever it might be. So this class is really tailored for the family members of those folks who have gotten that diagnosis. And what do they learn? Like, what is the goal of the class that HomeCare Advocacy Network hosts?
Yeah, and just so people understand, dementia is an umbrella term, and it means it covers Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Lewy body dementia. So anyone that has a loved one with that diagnosis, this class would be perfect for them. It's 2 hours long, and you can be in person or on Zoom, and it's free to everyone. And not just the clients that we serve here at HCAN. Some of the topics that we cover, we go through the dementia stages and the care that's needed for each stage. We go through how communication should change with those with dementia, why it's important to use short sentences. We follow the embrace their reality model when communicating. And we go over 3 questions you can ask them that will save you stress. We touch on safety measures, which are very important to put in place in the home. And we also share where you can purchase those. We cover family dynamics. We talk a lot about decision fatigue, what that is and how to overcome it, and the importance of respite care. And then how to work as a family unit to care for the loved one. And then we briefly touch on dementia research and then additional resources that are available in the community. This is by far the favorite thing that I have helped to work on at HCAN. I'm really proud that we offer this, and I'm just really excited to get it out there.
Well, that sounds like a great resource. And you mentioned Linda Lundeen. So Linda is the Care Advocate Success Trainer. So at HCAN, we refer to our caregivers in our downstream network as care advocates. Linda is the one who's in charge of putting together all of the training for those individuals who deliver care to seniors in their home. And then HCAN isn't just the local office of the Home Care Advocacy Network. This class, as a prototype class, will also be delivered through HCAN's downstream partners, like I believe you and I had mentioned Bickford Home Care,
Yeah.
based out of Iowa City and Davenport, Iowa, will also have this class available, and other locations for 2022 would be Crystal Lake, Illinois, and St. Charles, Illinois as well.
Yeah. So
And-
we're going to be in Nebraska, Iowa, and Illinois, which will be wonderful.
And Wisconsin as well. So
That's right. Yep.
Yep, Muskego, Wisconsin as well. So, and that's just currently. So, kind of starting in the Midwest, starting as a concept, and bringing in that high touch approach. So, why is it still important, do you think, to have a high touch approach rather than just maybe sending out a video link of training or doing online training? Why is it important for HCAN to help to develop a high touch approach where people still come into a classroom? Like, what are the other kind of elements to this training that aren't just about learning?
Well, we do a couple activities, which makes it important to be in person. And we find that a lot of people have a lot of questions. So being able to be face-to-face and answer those is really important as well. And just being able to build that relationship is nice as well.
Mm-hmm. So as it stands right now, HCAN is launching within our own network, within our franchise model, and then the senior living communities that we're currently supporting, Bickford Senior Living, and then American Baptist Homes of the Midwest, our current partners. Any ideas, like, where would you like to go with this training, Sierra? Like, what's kind of your vision for families with dementia or who are experiencing a loved one who has dementia? What's your vision in terms of reaching the population here in the U.S. with this training?
As HCAN continues to grow, we will provide this training for free to all of our locations, and eventually I'd like to see that across the country.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me a little bit about the overall approach locally. So who has like reached out and kind of raised their hand and said, I'm interested? Tell me a little bit about maybe the first family and the first group of trainees, and how that went, and what was their feedback on the class? What did people typically experience?
Yeah, we had a class the end of August and it went really well. We had 7 family members in person, and then 1 via Zoom because they weren't able to make it here in Omaha, but it went incredibly well. I received a thank you note from one of the participants, and I'll just read it to you here now. She said, "Thank you for the wonderful class you provided for my family. I know they all took away things, and I know it also was eye-opening for them. All this information will be such a help going forward. Thanks again for everything."
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's really wonderful to receive that and know that the class that we've put together is really helping people.
And
It's
it
great.
almost, like you had said, like it almost took on a support group feel to
For
it,
sure.
right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
so this person said that it was tough at times. So tell us about that, like creating an environment where you're educating and training, but where people are maybe addressing some of those initial realities of their loved one, experiencing a really tough season, with dementia. So tell us about the environment the night of the class.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of emotions. There's laughing about wonderful memories. There's also some tears about how the reality has changed. I mentioned briefly the family dynamics, where in the past it was, say, the father was caring for the son, and now that the father has dementia, that role is now reversed. And so coming into that reality can be, you know, very difficult. And so we just want to support families that have to go through that.
Absolutely. So future classes will be on the events page on the hcanthrive.com website. As I understand, you know, you and I helped create the vision of HCAN, and a big part of that vision is to arm today's spectrum of caregivers with hope, high impact resources, and most importantly, the promise of a better tomorrow. And I know that you've experienced that personally with your family and with our family, and so many people are experiencing that right now. They need the promise of a better tomorrow, and hopefully a training like this will help encourage, support, train, and prepare family members to offer better, more high quality care as they get assistance from agencies like ours and companies within the senior living space as well. So that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think people should know there are certain things that you can do when you're talking about the promise of a better tomorrow with dementia loved ones that can make the day-to-day living much easier. And there are things you would do not knowing it that can make it much more difficult. And so we do touch on a lot of those things as well. And, you know, all spectrum of caregivers you mentioned, which includes, of course, spouses who are caregivers, you know, daughters and sons who are caregivers as well. So we love to be able to equip people.
And I loved your, you know, one of the people who's been most inspiring to us is an individual named Rachel Wonderland. We purchased all of her books. We've had her out to Omaha. She's helped us both from an inspiration perspective. I worked with Rachel with a senior living community organization in Maryland a few years ago. It sounds like she's been inspirational as well. And her approach is embrace their reality. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. If you're looking for additional resources, I highly recommend visiting her website. And she's also created several books as well. Just a really great philosophy for sure.
Yeah. So her first name is actually Rachael, which sometimes trips people off, but it's Rachel Wonderland. And she's been a great resource for us. And it's all about not just talking the game. Like we've talked with Rachel in the past, and we've been inspired by this and hope to inspire others. Like it's one thing to talk a big game when it comes to dementia and preparing families in this. It's another thing to actually be stepping forward and doing this. And so this is one of the things that we're most proud of as an organization, that we're launching this program that's been developed through a lot of inspiration, but a lot of perspiration. And we really appreciate, you know, everything that you've done and Linda's done, and all the people that have helped inspire the content and the direction of the program. And we're really excited to take it through the HomeCare Advocacy Network downstream network, some of those locations that we mentioned this coming year, and then look to the hcanthrive.com website on the events page for more events related to the Family and Friends Dementia class, just ongoing. That's the place to go for that. So, Sierra, any closing words today? You're the director of operations for HCAN. Is that correct?
Yes. I just want to leave with families knowing we are here to help, and we want to be a resource that you can call on. For sure.
That's great. And anyone from any organization, any other home care organization, if another home care organization has a family that they think is a good fit, we welcome them to come over as well to the class. A senior living organization that might have a family that has a challenge, we welcome them. It doesn't have to be one of the HCAN clients or families. It's anyone who's experiencing that. So I would say also, like if you're a professional or a social worker in this space and you see families struggling, this is something that you can offer to families as just an added value as part of the community of resources we're building. So
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Sierra, thank you very much for being on today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks again for listening today. Sierra was, this is a great class that is going to, we feel, take the nation by storm. It's a need for a lot of families to be supported and to have a high touch approach in a caring environment with people who really care, who are putting not just inspiration, but perspiration to work. So thank you very much, Sierra.
Thank you for listening to the HomeCare Hub, a podcast series for the HomeCare Advocacy Network. HCAN is a business format franchise for senior living providers who want to operate a successful home care line of business and a great opportunity for any entrepreneur who wants to own their own home care franchise. To connect with us, visit hcanthrive.com today.